Right now, 2 American veterans fighting in Ukraine now being held prisoner by Russia.
A dual holiday and a heat wave is on the way. We'll tell you what your latest forecast is coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, happy Father's Day, and happy Juneteenth. Thanks for joining us on News 2 Now. I'm McKenna Alexander. Let's go ahead and take a look outside this morning. Julian, I did get it all in one breath.
I was about to say, I'm proud of you. Claps.
Thank you.
Clap, clap, bravo for you.
Well, now you got to tell me your mouthful of a heat wave and staying cool and hydrated and all that jazz.
That's right. So that's what we're going to start with, folks. Happy all those holidays. I'm not going to list those off just now, but we have an alert date in the forecast, and that's for Monday and Tuesday. Why? Because we're starting to see a heat wave, which is stretching its way across much of western United States. But on top of it, we're going to start to see it roll into the upper Midwest, which will give us very hot and humid conditions, which will start to push our heat indices once again into the triple digits, and we will be into the mid-90s by the time we get into our Tuesday. So this is what we're looking at as of right now. Very comfortable, very cool here in Wisconsin, but our friends in Minnesota and half of Iowa is already starting to see a mild start to our morning, and this is what we're going to see looking ahead for us. Today is going to be very quiet. The cloud cover we're seeing as of right now will clear up as we get into the rest of our afternoon. It's going to be rather dry. It's also going to be mild, and it's going to be pretty good weather to celebrate the holidays that we have, which is Dad and also for Juneteenth. As we get into the evening, it's going to be rather comfortable, but still on the warmer side, as we're going to see temperatures into the 80s, but not going to be seeing much in terms of humidity. But we're going to talk more about that heat wave coming up in a few moments. Until then, back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Looking to the latest in Ukraine now, where Russia is reportedly holding 2 Americans, both military veterans, as prisoners. On Friday, Russian state television showed video of 2 of the men, Alexander Druki and Andy Wynn, both from Alabama. Now a 3rd American fighter is missing from the front lines. Retired Marine Captain Grady Krapasi, a 20-year veteran, reportedly disappeared after taking small arms fire in the Kherson region. As for Americans considering going to Ukraine to fight, President Biden has urged them not to. Russian media says they'll be treated as mercenaries and not according to the protections of the Geneva Convention. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visiting troops defending the front line on Saturday. He awarded them with medals and certificates of merit for their services. Zelensky also took the time to interact with the soldiers and take pictures with them. And on the same day, he also visited a city on the Black Sea coast, which was hit by a military strike that killed 2 people on Friday. A group of Ukrainian graphic artists is sharing powerful images of this Russian invasion. The artists, some of whom have left the country, some of whom have remained, are sharing their work with the world while trying to raise money for Ukraine. Margaret Brennan spoke with some of those artists.
Artist Anna Sarvera does not know when she will return to Ukraine. She's haunted by the war.
You don't have an experience of the war, only feel hate, and it's terrible feeling. I was drawing in this feeling, and when you feel only that, you cannot do anything else.
Anna co-founded a collective to share graphic art from fellow illustrators.
Most of them decided not to leave the country. They were never stopping working and drawing.
Like artist Alexander Shatokin. As Russian bombs dropped on his city, he sent Anna works of art each day.
When I saw this, it made me tear up.
He was trying to capture all the child victims in one picture.
Anna's collective helped organize more than 40 exhibitions around the world to auction artwork and raise money for Ukraine, including at Ukraine House here in Washington.
Many of the women have left. They're refugees. Anna here, Anna Sarvera, is one of them.
She is now in Germany.
Illustrator Tanya Yakunova's work is inspired by the bravery of ordinary Ukrainians.
We have these videos where Russian shooting and people don't even scare of the sound of the gun.
Tanya used to illustrate children's books, but the war has robbed her and so many others of that innocence.
There is more stories about a woman who was raped in front of her small baby, and neither woman nor baby survived. They were shot. I felt so much hate for people who did it. This is probably the hardest piece I ever drew.
These women can't tell their stories, but you're telling their stories.
I wish I would never need to draw this.
Margaret Brennan, CBS News, Washington.
To news back in our area now, a 26-year-old Wapaka man who was reported missing last week has now been found dead. According to the sheriff, Brandon Culligan was last seen alive at June 10th in Stevens Point. Officials say he was meeting with a friend at a coffee shop when he left and never returned. That friend reported Colligan had been acting strangely at the time of their meeting. Colligan's vehicle was later found in the Royalton area near a family member's home later that day with his phone and wallet still inside. Authorities haven't said how Colligan died or whether foul play is involved. Across the nation now, senators hope to have a new gun legislation before they go on a 2-week recess for the 4th of July. But finalizing a deal is proving difficult. Earlier this week, the bipartisan group announced a tentative deal that includes investments in mental health and school safety. It also enhances background checks for gun buyers under the age of 21. U.S. Senator John Cornyn from Texas was booed during a speech to his state's Republican convention on Friday. Many in the crowd angry about his involvement in gun control negotiations.
Democrats pushed for an assault weapons ban. I said no. They tried to get a new 3-week mandatory wait period for all gun purchases. I said no.
We have an obligation to take real and meaningful action.
Senators are still struggling to agree on other issues, including how to close the boyfriend loophole. That's what keeps guns away from those convicted of domestic violence. At least 10 Republican senators will need to support the package to overcome an expected GOP filibuster. Meanwhile, victims of gun violence in San Bernardino, California, were honored and remembered this weekend, again with a new memorial called the Curtain of Courage. Long-stemmed yellow roses were rested over the nameplates of each of the 14 victims who were killed in 2015 during the terror attack. That memorial opens to the public tomorrow. An active criminal investigation. That's what U.S. Capitol Police are calling an incident involving crew members of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Officers charged the members with unlawful entry of the building Thursday. They said the crew was part of a group that had been asked to leave the building earlier in the day. According to CBS, Insult the Comic Dog was at the Capitol with a production team to record interviews for a comedy segment for the show. The network then said the team was authorized to be there and was filming final elements when they were stopped. Capitol Police say the crew could face additional criminal charges. Still ahead, why a local pancake breakfast is so important to the community it serves. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Julian's tracking an alert day in your forecast. Coming up on News 3 Now this morning.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
When my family opened the first Culver's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, you know what we did? We gave it our all, making sure everyone felt welcome, sharing our favorite foods from around the state, like butter burgers and fresh frozen custard, greeting every guest with all our heart, crafting each meal with care, believing a smile makes everything taste better. And it's a tradition we bring with us yet today, from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
Are you suffering from neuropathy? Do you experience stabbing pain, numbness, tingling, or burning in your feet? Are you tired of sleepless nights and avoiding life due to pain? If you've been diagnosed with neuropathy or are experiencing pain or numbness in your feet, pick up the phone and call us right now before it's too late. Neuropathy is a very serious and progressive disease where your nerves start to break down. Eventually, it leads to balance problems, falls, complete loss of independence, and often amputation. Our program addresses the underlying causes and doesn't simply mask your symptoms with medication. In fact, many patients start experiencing relief from their neuropathy symptoms within weeks. There's no surgery and no use of prescription drugs. Pick up the phone right now and call the number on your screen to find out if you're a candidate for our neuropathy program that has changed thousands of lives. You don't have to spend another day suffering. Call us today and see if you qualify for the relief you deserve. Do not wait. Call now.
Hey, this one's free. Car in front of you, pay for it.
The best things in life are free.
This is the greatest day of my life!
Just wait till she hears about free installation from Feldco.
Free installation?
Free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest until 2024. That's something to get excited about.
Free installation ends soon. Call now.
Quality windows, siding, and doors. Call 866 for Feldco.
Now we're going to get right into our alert day, folks, as Monday and Tuesday are the days of concern for us as we get our next week started for us. Now, as we see, very hot and humid conditions are why we have the alert days in our forecast, as we are going to be looking at the forecast highs to be close to the mid-90s for us, but our heat indexes are going to be pushing from the range of 97 to about 105 degrees for us by the time we get into our Tuesday evening. And this is what we're going to be seeing. As of right now, we are looking at temperatures currently in Wisconsin on the cooler side, but as our friends in Minnesota and Iowa are already looking at milder temperatures. That's the indicator of where that warm front is as of right now, and is going to continue to push itself east across the United States. On top of it, here's another image of what we're looking at as of right now. You can see just the encompass of what is really just capturing that heat throughout much of the United States, which is what we're calling a heat dome, as we're seeing it's really not going to be moving anywhere over the next couple of days. Lots of hot, humid air is going to be trapped into the upper Midwest and much of the southern areas of the United States throughout the course of our Monday and going into our Tuesday. It's going to be pushing temperatures for some areas that are going to be record-breaking, and for us, just flat out miserable. Now, as we get into the rest of the week, we'll start to see a bit of a cold front start to give us a little bit of relief, but not much, as it's going to feel a lot like summer over the next couple of days. And here's another way to look at it for the surface. As of right now, the high-pressure system that kept things relatively dry and quiet for us from yesterday and for today is going to continue to push itself east. But this is where the warm front is as of right now. Again, it's where Minnesota and Iowa are, and that's where we're going to start to see those warmer temperatures starting to push themselves in as we get into the rest of our Sunday afternoon, which is why we're looking at much more milder conditions for today as well. But since we are going to see milder conditions and it's still relatively dry, plenty of sunshine for us. Could see a couple of spot-up clouds as we get into the rest of our Sunday, but we're not going to be worrying about any kind of precipitation for our Father's Day or Juneteenth. Now, as we roll into Monday, it's already going to be a mild start into our Monday morning. Monday afternoon, folks, it is going to be hot. Make sure you're limiting your time outside unless you're going to be into a cool pool or out on the boats and into the actual water, not just on the boat itself. Make sure you're staying hydrated, though, as we're going to see those lower 90s getting into our evening hours. And on top of it, we're going to go into our Tuesday evening. Yes, it is going to be hot once again, and even more hot, as we're going to see those surface temperatures into the middle 90s, and the heat index, once again, the humidity is going to be pushing into the triple digits for us, so it is going to feel flat out miserable throughout the next couple of days. So make sure that you are finding ways to beat the heat, wear light clothing, stay cool, stay hydrated, and limit your time outdoors, and also check on your pets and make sure you're not leaving kids or those pets inside of the vehicles either. Now, here's a look at what we're seeing for the next 10 days. Once we're done with the alert days, we are still looking at some warm temperatures. Not a whole lot of relief, but at least the humidity won't be there for Wednesday and Thursday. But we do have a couple shots of seeing some potential shower or thunderstorm that will be brief from Thursday going into next weekend. Next weekend, McKenna, looks like beautiful pool weather for us.
Can you imagine if there was an alert day today? You would have to sum up it Father's Day, alert day, and maybe even Juneteenth all on that day.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of
I guess that's my reality.
That you just always have things going on?
Yeah.
You're a busy man, Julian.
I try to be.
We gotta relax and just be on a boat and relax sometimes. We'll do that next week.
Maybe.
All right, okay, thanks, Julian. Saturday, a yearly tradition at a Janesville diner took a pancake breakfast to the next level. Bessie's Diner hosted its 4th annual Fly-In Drive-In Pancake Breakfast. Our photojournalist Mark Schilling was there and shares why the event is so important.
It's always cool to arrive in a plane. On the DOT website, there's a place where you can look for fly-ins. My son and I scoped that out, and that'd be a fun one to fly to and make the plan and fly out, have breakfast. They can be fundraisers, come and meet pilots and airplanes, whatever.
Awareness, community awareness. Caritas Food Pantry Resource Center has been around for 48 years.
Life is a beautiful thing.
We're the boots on the ground in Beloit. It gives us an opportunity to work with the community, partner with them in general. We have 10 volunteers here today that will be supporting the fly-in. So we're very excited about being part of this. Even more excited about the fact that Geronimo Group and Bessie's in particular selected us to be part of this activity today. We can't function without the support of our community.
Managers at Bessie's Diner say they ordered nearly 300 pounds of bacon to prepare for this breakfast. The morning's top stories are still ahead on News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by RG Heating and Air Conditioning, installing train equipment and servicing all brands.
When the family can't get enough of your signature dish, get everything you need with Pick and Save free pickup with no surprise fees. So start your cart today. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Get inspired. Tour 30 custom homes and see the newest trends. The Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, is open daily, June 17th through 26th. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for tickets and more information.
How do you use your energy? Giving back to your community? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
It sure feels good when you get it right. And with the #1 power toothbrush brand recommended by dental professionals, Philips Sonicare makes it easy for you to always get brushing right. Philips.
Joe Biden opened America's borders, increasing the flow of deadly drugs into our communities. Last year, over 105,000 people died of drug overdoses in America. Biden's putting our children and families at risk. Ron Johnson is warning everyone that drug traffickers are adding fentanyl to counterfeit pills, and it only takes one pill to kill. Please tell your children and support law enforcement.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
Qualified lessees can sign and drive this Equinox for around $340 a month. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees are extra. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
With the Pick and Save app, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, all for prices that are lower than low. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
And our Father's Day is going to shape up to be a wonderful one here in southern Wisconsin. Here's what we're going to do for our day parts. Plan it out for us. The morning is going to be comfortable, actually pretty cool throughout much of southern Wisconsin as we're into the middle 60s. And then as we get to the lunchtime hour, if we have any kind of lunch plans with Dad, well, it's going to be gorgeous for us. Then as we roll into the rest of the evening, it's not going to be too bad, just a bit warmer. A few clouds may hang around, but for the most part, we're going to see plenty of sunshine. And for the Juneteenth celebration, well, we can almost do the exact same thing we're going to do with Dad. It's going to be partly sunny for us. It will be warm. Our high today is going to be around 81 degrees. Folks, it's going to be gorgeous, and enjoy it because we're going to see those hot temperatures roll right back in as we get into our Monday and Tuesday, which is why we have an alert day. We'll go into more details about this in a few moments. Until then, back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Definitely a great day to be on the water, but if you can't be on the lake, you may as well grab your bike and loop it. That's what a lot of people did this weekend during Saturday's Loop the Lake. Put on by the Clean Lakes Alliance, the long ride around Lake Monona is a chance for riders to appreciate the lakes and support keeping them clean. The route is 12 miles, but every one of them reminds Emily Miller of the great cause behind the loop.
It's just about quality of life. If we don't protect our lakes, then our quality of life goes down. We skate on the lakes, we swim in the lakes, and if we can't do that anymore. It's just a sad statement.
Loop the Lake continues to be a summer tradition after 10 years. When you hear the name Monte Ball, you're probably thinking football. But this weekend, the former Badgers running back traded in the turf for the hardwood. On Saturday, as part of Jason Terry's Skills and Drills camp, Ball taught the kids attending about decision-making throughout life, using his own past experiences.
As I remember when I was their age, and there were people coming back and talking. And although I was listening, obviously I didn't pick up every single thing that they were sharing. And so I just want to make sure that they understand when they get to our age, they have to do that as well. It's a responsibility to give back. You have to make sure that you're setting the right examples, becoming a role model for those who are trying to follow you.
The goal of the two-day camp is to reach underserved youth within the Madison area by supporting their physical skills as well as mental health. There's still a half hour of news ahead here on News 3 This Morning Sunday. Next, we're running through the morning's top stories. We'll be right back.
Surgenian's landfill-free guarantee has kept more than 20 million pounds of commercial and residential carpet and pad from area landfills. Visit Madison's largest showroom of flooring options, including eco-friendly products. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
The challenges we face today feel monumental. Inflation, gas prices, and now an unthinkable threat to a woman's right to choose. I'm Alex Lazary, and I have a track record of getting things done. That's how you know I'll work for you. By lowering prescription drug prices, putting more money into people's pockets, and protecting every woman's right to choose, no matter what. This is why we must defeat Ron Johnson and start meeting our challenges head on. That's why I approve this message.
It's always time for Papa Murphy's. And now you can get any medium two-topping pizza for just $6.99. Now that's meaty-yum. Papa Murphy's. We make great pizza so you can make the pizza great. Order online today at papamurphys.com.
Dear gas prices, Toyota's hybrid lineup says, go take a hike. Because we bring efficiency with power and savings with style. Think you can stand in our way? We got this. Toyota Hybrids.
Get 1.75% APR for 48 months on a new 2022 Toyota Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, or Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Your city, your place, your time, your favorites. Your style. Discover the Madison Club. Award-winning cuisine, private event spaces, reciprocal club privileges, and a premier wedding venue. New member specials available.
Did you know 50% of your body weight rests in the middle while you sleep? That's why Sealy's exclusive Posturepedic technology reinforces the center, where you need it most. But don't take my word for it. Come to Denver Mattress and see for yourself. Plus, get a free $200 gift when you purchase select Sealy mattress sets. And rest easy knowing every mattress comes with our 365-night better sleep guarantee. Shop Sealy at Denver Mattress today, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
The dairy state is producing more milk than ever, with fewer workers.
It's going to encourage her to let down her milk.
It's Dairy Month, and Mark Kane shows you how robotic technology is helping keep dairy farmers and their cows happy. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10. The News 3 Now Call for Action team, getting results for you. When a local woman was taken advantage of by a car dealership, we took action and helped her get back nearly $10,000.
After going through you, it's just like, you can breathe.
Call for Action, only on News 3 Now.
Right now, communities across the U.S. and Wisconsin commemorating the end of slavery. A closer look at some local Juneteenth celebrations.
And we're going to break down the forecast for all of our holidays and a look at our alert day coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now. I'm McKenna Alexander. Let's go ahead and send over to Julian Seawright for a look at our forecast. Julian, I decided not to get the whole mouthful, but you can tell us the holidays today.
Okay, well, happy Juneteenth, happy Father's Day, and happy Sunday, everyone. But before we get into those forecasts, we're going to talk about the alert day because we're going to see some serious heat rolling back into southern Wisconsin by the time we get into our Monday and our Tuesday. It'll be a bit warm for today as we're looking for a forecast high around 81 degrees. But tomorrow and Tuesday, whew, folks, it is going to be hot. We're looking at mid-90s once again to be our forecast surface high. But then the heat indices are going to be pushing into the triple digits once more. And we can kind of see where that warm front is as of right now. For our friends in Minnesota and for Iowa, we're already looking at mild starts to our morning and a much cooler air here in Wisconsin as we're into those upper 50s. Some areas near Eau Claire, 63 degrees, but really the heat is just west of us and it's going to continue to track itself into the eastern parts of the United States. Until then, though, enjoy our morning because it's pretty gorgeous out. If you're one of those people who go out with dad with fishing or wants to go on a bike ride, well, it's going to be gorgeous throughout the morning and even by lunchtime. Still not too bad. A little bit more mild as we're into the middle and upper 70s, but later into today, we will start to see the warmer air of those 80s really start to take hold. But here's what we're looking at in terms of seeing that heat rolling in for us. We're going to get a heat dome, folks, and it's going to really ramp things up for us as we get into our Monday and especially for our Tuesdays. We're going to be seeing that jet stream really push itself more north, which is going to, once again, act like a dome or even like a capsule of where all the heat and humidity is going to be. That's going to funnel in some really hot temperatures for our Monday and Tuesday. We'll talk more in detail about what to expect in just a few moments. Until then, back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Juneteenth celebrations are underway this weekend, commemorating the official end to slavery in the U.S. Today marks the day in 1865 that a Union Army major rode into Galveston, Texas to tell enslaved African Americans they were finally free. Some of the first Juneteenth celebrations in Wisconsin began in Madison yesterday. Many people marched in a parade near the streets of Fountain of Life Covenant Church. Event organizers say the parade was all about honoring the progress that's been made for Black Americans, while also recognizing more still needs to be done. One participant told us what the holiday means for her.
It warms my heart. It warms my heart to see people of different races, different backgrounds coming together to celebrate this beautiful, beautiful day.
Governor Evers also stopped by the celebration, acknowledging there's still more work to do in creating equality in the Badger State. Over in Beloit, hundreds of people gathering at Riverside Park Saturday also to commemorate the holiday over music, food, and laughter. At Riverside Park, they too got a visit from the governor. Our Talil Muladin reports.
Tasha Mazik is thrilled to see the kids in her dance team taking part in a community celebration.
It's an overwhelming feeling, a sense of joy, a sense of pride. They're learning a lot today.
A Juneteenth commemoration led by the local group Rising Queens to pay homage to the people that came before.
We're all free thanks to our ancestors. This puts us in a better position to live amongst one another
and continue to build for a better future.
Start reaching out more to the community agencies, like the Boys and Girls Club, like the Urban League, like the NAACP. That's how we learn from one another, by coming together and becoming culturally diverse.
Attendees getting a visit from Governor Tony Evers.
I love to come to these events. First of all, you can't beat the weather, for starters, but just talking to people to see how they're doing.
Up for re-election, he's using the holiday as an opportunity to reflect on the progress made and the change yet to come.
I have concerns about making sure we have appropriate investments in healthcare and housing and education, things that really we have disproportionate bad outcomes on.
Organizers thinking of the next generation.
We have to take care of our kids. We have to give our kids a platform and a foundation, and here's where it's at.
While taking pride in Black joy.
Just despite all the hardships and turmoil that we have faced, we still find a way to press on and get through those hard times. That's what Black joy is to me.
In Beloit, Tahlil Muhaddin, News 3 Now.
After visiting another celebration in Beloit, Governor Evers completed his Juneteenth tour with a final stop in Kenosha. Well, it's a dual holiday weekend with both Juneteenth and Father's Day today. And while the first Mother's Day celebration took place in the U.S. back in 1914, Father's Day wasn't really official until 1970. Multiple presidents like Woodrow Wilson and Calvin Coolidge tried to establish the observance, but it wasn't until President Richard Nixon that Congress passed a resolution designating the third Sunday in June as the official Father's Day. Part of the reason for the delay is that many people felt Mother's Day had become overly commercialized, but fathers are always happy to be remembered, whether it's a card, pancakes in bed, or a gift, even if it's another tie. It's the thought that counts for the father figures in everyone's lives. Still ahead, the CDC has signed off on COVID-19 vaccinations for children under the age of 5. How soon your child could get the shot when we return.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built Ford Escape with an available head-up display and pre-collision assist. And Ford Edge with available enhanced active park assist and intelligent all-wheel drive. Both are IHS top safety picks. That's value built for America. Ford SUVs. Drive one today. Choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% financing for 66 months only at your local Ford dealer.
Stressed out? Time to refresh your rhythm with Trident. Trident Gum, the fresh chew to refresh your rhythm.
If you have advanced non-small cell lung cancer, your first treatment could be a chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works differently. It could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, tests positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Together, Opdivo plus Yervoy helps your immune system launch a response that fights cancer in 2 different ways. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more time together, more family time, more time to remember. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. Here's to a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about the combination of 2 immunotherapies, Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all those in our clinical trials.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
Out here, we know a thing or two about beef. Hy-Vee knows beef too. Only 6 out of 100 cattle are even good enough to bear the Hy-Vee brand. Only 6 out of 100. Quality like that is hard to find. So enjoy your Hy-Vee steak this weekend. You've earned it.
And another quick overview of our Father's Day. One, shout out to all the fathers out there and my own as well. Shout out to you, Terrence C. Wrights, and to my friends who also have children as well back at home. But as we get things rolling for us here in Wisconsin, well, it's going to be quite a day for us. We may see a couple of clouds throughout much of the day, but just know plenty of sunshine is going to rule the skies. Temperatures will warm up into the lower 80s by the time we get into the evening hours, but it's going to be perfect for grilling weather and perfect to just be outside to celebrate Father and also Juneteenth. And those who are going to be doing both of them, well, it's going to be a great day throughout the course of our Sunday. Now, as we take a look, though, folks, we are looking at a heat wave that is on its way here to southern Wisconsin, well, just Wisconsin in itself, and us into the upper Midwest. So be prepared for some hot days in Monday and Tuesday. And make sure that you have your cool spots found, because we're going to be looking for some scorchers. We'll take a deeper look in just a few moments. Until then, back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. This Father's Day, a New York father is especially thankful. It's time to have his life back. He's the first patient in the Northeast to receive a triple transplant for a new heart, lungs, and kidney. Naomi Ruckham has a story.
Ooh, so cold. Steve Quinn is grateful he can now be the dad he wants to be with his daughter, Kira.
I was basically like observing her life instead of participating in it.
The 40-year-old suffers from a rare autoimmune disorder that causes the immune system to attack the lungs and kidneys. He received a new kidney in his 20s and his health was good. But a few months ago, he started having shortness of breath.
Breathing was the big thing. I would go in and out of murmurs and atrial fibrillation. My heart would beat out of rhythm all the time. I had no energy whatsoever.
Doctors at NYU Langone Health told him he needed a new heart and kidney.
His heart had accumulated a lot of calcium over many, many years, and the pressures inside the heart were so high that it started to damage his lungs.
Dr. Bernard Kadosh says during Steve's workup, the team discovered he would also need new lungs.
Triple organ transplantation is very rare. Heart, lung, kidney has not been done in the Northeast ever.
I entered a pretty dark sad place, and the transplant team noticed it, and they asked what could I do, and I was like, what could they do? And I just thought, I just want to see my daughter. And that kind of like rejuvenated me to get through the next waiting and then recovery and stuff.
Steve got his triple organ transplant in March, a 13-hour surgery. He said the recovery was tough. 3 months later, he can walk a mile with Hills and live in these moments with Kira.
This is going to allow me to see her go to kindergarten for the first time and do like donuts with dad and daddy-daughter dances and stuff like that. It's just, it just fills you with so much love.
This Father's Day, he says he's thankful for the gifts another family gave him to be here for his daughter. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, Brooklyn, New York.
What a sweet Father's Day story there. To more health news now. 2 more states have reported their first cases of monkeypox, Indiana and Missouri. The CDC reports 113 monkeypox cases have been confirmed in 21 U.S. states and territories as of Friday. Missouri Department of Health officials say their state's first case is a Kansas City resident who had recently traveled out of state. However, Indiana's Department of Health isn't releasing the location of their monkeypox patient who is currently in isolation. Monkeypox is a rare but potentially serious viral illness that spread in skin-to-skin contact with bodily fluids. Most cases, 75% or more, are from people who think they may have been exposed during international travel. The U.S. has ordered more than 300,000 additional doses of the vaccine for monkeypox, and there are more ready for order if needed. COVID-19 vaccines have finally been approved for kids under the age of 5. The CDC says children could get the shot as soon as this week. On Saturday, a CDC advisory committee voted unanimously to recommend those shots for infants as young as 6 months old. Committee members say the protection offered by these vaccines outweighs its risks.
We don't know everything that there is to be known about this. Yes, the data may change, but we have a bottom line here, which is that this infection kills children, and we have an opportunity to prevent that.
It's unclear how parents will respond to this news. In a recent survey, less than 20% of parents with young kids said they would have them vaccinated immediately. 38% plan to wait and see, and 27% say they don't intend to get their children vaccinated at all. Newly released data found abortion rates increased in the U.S. from 2017 to 2020. Abortion rights group Guttmacher Institute released the survey Wednesday. It found there were more than 930,000 abortions in 2020. That's up from 862,000 in 2017. Data also showed 1 in 5 pregnancies ended in abortion in 2020, which is also up from 2017. According to the group, abortion rates had been decreasing since 1981, with experts saying access to better birth control contributed to that previous decline. We're always hearing about new diet trends to do this or do that for our body, right? But when it comes to boosting our immune system, can a change in food really benefit how we fight off viruses? I spoke with Dr. Rupa Shah to find out. This morning, we're joined by wellness coach and physician with SSM Health, Dr. Rupa Shah. Now, Dr. Shah, we're talking today about improving our body's wellness, specifically through food. Now, are there any ways, that you can have a balanced diet that can impact your overall immune health and immune system? What does that really do for your body?
Yeah, so we really want to make sure we're eating a well-balanced diet with a good variety of different fruits and vegetables. Getting those different nutrients, minerals, vitamins really does help boost our immune system to fight off different viruses and bacteria. These are kind of the building blocks that we need to build a healthy immune system.
Now, we've heard before, the buzzwords immune boosting diets. Is there really such a thing as that?
Sort of. In a way, there really is. When you do eat a great variety of foods like that, again, you're getting the different vitamins and nutrients that you need to build that strong immune system. But I think even more important than that, what I try and tell patients is to avoid an ultra-processed diet, which can be a mainstay of a lot of folks. This means avoiding things like soda, potato chips, fast foods, because these foods are really pro-inflammatory. And what happens is our immune system gets used to sort of always responding to that and then not knowing when to respond to a real threat when faced with a bacteria or virus.
Okay, Dr. Shah, thank you so much. Where else can people find you?
Yeah, so they can find me on Instagram at Wellness with Dr. Shah.
Still ahead, Michael Bruno goes backstage for the latest production of Big Fish. And you're taking a live look over to Capitol. Julian's tracking your dual holiday forecast just ahead on News 3 Now.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
I know this looks like your typical narrow escape, but this is a Nissan sales event ad.
Get the 2022 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy.
When my family opened the first Culver's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, you know what we did? We gave it our all, making sure everyone felt welcome, sharing our favorite foods from around the state, like Butterburgers and fresh frozen custard, greeting every guest with all our heart, crafting each meal with care, believing a smile makes everything taste better. And it's a tradition we bring with us yet today, from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
It's Make My Mondays at Hy-Vee. This Monday, get 6 packs of Pepsi products, only $1.48. Hy-Vee macaroni and cheese, only 19 cents. Oscar Mayer bologna, only $1.99. And Craven Flavor ice cream bars or sandwiches, only $1.99. Monday only. For more ways to save on hundreds of items every day at Hy-Vee, check out our monthly catalog, our weekly ad, and scan the QR code to visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Treat Dad to Father's Day at Lowe's.
Hey, are we gonna sit?
There we go.
At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams. All right, open your eyes. Welcome home. All right, we'll see you later. Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance. I know this looks like your typical narrow escape, but this is a Nissan sales event ad.
Get the 2022 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
All right, guys, well, we are going to get right into things. Our alert days in the forecast for Monday and Tuesdays. We're going to be looking at very hot and humid conditions. That's right, folks. It's another scorcher to start off our new work week, as we're seeing temperatures into the mid-90s we're forecasting for, and heat indices pushing back into the middle 100s as a possibility. The range will be from 97 to 105 degrees for us, and this is what we're looking at as of right now. So we're waking up this morning throughout Wisconsin. We are cool as of right now, but our friends in Minnesota and in Iowa are already starting to see a bit of that warm front, which is pressing on throughout much of the United States for us. But as we look ahead at what we're going to be expecting, because it is Juneteenth and it is Father's Day, don't worry about the heat today. It's actually going to be pretty gorgeous for us. Throughout the morning, it's going to be on the cooler side. Temperatures will be around 65 degrees as we approach 9 a.m. But as we get to the lunchtime hour, 70s will be in our forecast for us, and we're going to start to see those 80s rolling in later on as well. Now, this is what we're going to be expecting as we get into our Monday and for our Tuesday. We're going to be seeing a flow of hot, humid air coming in all the way from the Gulf, which is going to be fueling plenty of hot air for us into the upper Midwest, and it's going to be trapped by this jet stream, which is going to be flowing itself into Canada, bringing in a heat wave across much of the upper Midwest and much of the United States as well. That's not going to be breaking until we see a weak little cold front start to sweep its way through by the time we get into our Wednesday. But I say weak because we're still going to be dealing with temperatures that are going to be into the middle 80s for us. And here's another picture of what we're going to be looking at as of right now. The high pressure system, which has kept things on the dry side, is moving east, but we are looking at this warm front, which is again going to be fueling in that hot, humid air into the upper Midwest as it continues to track throughout the evening parts of today and going into our Monday, which is why we're going to start to see temperatures really skyrocket. by the time we get into our Monday afternoon. But for today, just enjoy it while we have it. It's going to be rather mild and rather warm as we get into the evening hours for us, but it's going to be quiet and plenty of sunshine. Going into the overnight hours, temperatures will be into the 60s, then the 70s will be really prompting into our Monday morning, so it's going to be a mild start. And then as we get into our Monday evening, 90s and those upper 80s throughout southern Wisconsin for us. And it's going to be even worse by the time we get into Tuesday. Looking at middle 90s, and again, this is just surface temperature. This is not even a heat index that we're going to be feeling as we go in throughout the rest of those 2 days. So make sure you're finding ways to beat the heat. Locate your designated cool spots. Make sure you're wearing light clothing, and you are especially staying hydrated, and care for your pets and small children as well. Don't leave them in the car, and also don't take them out on long walks or keep them outside for too long as well. Here's what we're going to be seeing for our 10 days, though. Once we're out of Tuesday, our alert days will be done, but we're still going to be monitoring for some more heat later into the week. 90 on Friday, and a couple shots of some showers or even a late thunderstorm, but for the most part, it's going to mainly be dry for us, and we just got to find ways to beat the heat for Monday and Tuesday, McKenna.
Now, I know yesterday we had an alert down Tuesday, and I asked if there would be a chance Monday would become one, and it did. Do we think there's a chance Friday will be one? I see the 9, and I immediately think possible alert day.
It is really close.
Okay.
It depends on how warm it is going to be and how humid it is as well.
Okay.
If we're going to be looking at another triple digits in our humidities, possibly, and if those temperatures on the surface want to rise a couple bit, we might look at another alert day as well. So also another day to just be mindful of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weather aware and staying cool.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Julian. Based on the 1998 novel and a 2003 film, a musical adaptation of Big Fish premiered in Chicago in 2013. And now the Beaver Dam Area Community Theater is staging Big Fish this weekend and next. Our Michael Bruno goes backstage to check it out.
What's it going to be tonight?
I already marked it. Here.
You don't want this. This is prefabricated, pre-digested. Let me tell you a real story.
You mean another story about you?
A story about life.
We've got the story of Edward and Will Bloom. Edward's the father. He likes to tell stories.
Chapter 9. And thus kept the Trojans watch until the Achaeans. The hell kind of book is this?
It's about the Trojan War.
He's a renowned storyteller and is known for kind of exaggerating his stories of his life, turning people into mermaids and giants and witches.
What if I told you you could change the world with just one thought?
And as Will's getting older, he is learning that the things that his father tells him aren't necessarily true, and kind of struggles to come to terms with that.
And Edward ends up sort of at the end of his life, and Will wants to know what's real.
And Will is now expecting a son of his own, and so he's trying to become a better father than his father was for him, and kind of trying to understand his father and all of his complexities.
Be the hero of your story while you may. Be the guy who gets the girl and saves the day.
I play Sandra Bloom, the wife of Edward Bloom. I am very much the mediator between these two men. And so it can be interesting kind of getting between both my husband in the show, but also my son, and honestly just trying to get them to understand each other.
Shim, shim, I'm a little lamb from Alabama.
And this show has so many different ensembles. We've got a USO show at one point, so we've got dancers, singers, they're tap dancing. We've also got soldiers in that scene. We've got a circus, so we've got the bearded lady. We've got animal trainers, acrobats. There's a Western song. Students get to play as cowboys and cowgirls. This provided a lot of opportunity.
What if I said I met a giant wasting in a cave? What if I claimed I rose to be far braver than the brave?
My character is really just kind of obsessed with himself. He likes his stories. He likes making people laugh. He likes being in the spotlight.
The fish are sleeping. You gotta get them moving. Try the Alabama stomp. Let's see.
Big Fish has it all. It's a heartwarming story. I think everyone can relate to it in some way, in terms of losing a loved one or finding love and family. It's an incredibly heartwarming story. It can be, you'll cry, you'll laugh, you'll smile, and there's something for everyone.
You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. But you teach a man the Alabama stomp, you feed his soul. Come on, everybody, we gotta help this guy.
Big Fish runs through next weekend. For tickets, head to the website on your screen. Make a News 3 part of your weekly routine by downloading the Channel 3000 app for the latest headlines and weather conditions 24/7. But first, it's been a century since King Tut's tomb was found. What other discoveries have happened since? And we're back in just a moment.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
We're not just massage envy. We're also facials that get your skin glowing envy. We're talking, dang girl, you look good kind of envy.
All right, tell me your secret and lunch is on me.
Impress all your coworkers envy.
I bet she's on that Himalayan pepper cleanse.
How does she do it envy?
So what's going on with this?
That's because a regular massage envy facial routine is an amazing way to look and feel better. For that, I still got it going on kind of a feeling.
Must be good genes.
Massage envy facials, where better begins.
At Pick and Save, we believe it takes the right team to bring you fresh produce. That's why we partner with farmers who grow only the best. Because working together is truly what it takes to be fresh for everyone. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Get inspired. Tour 30 custom homes and see the newest trends. The Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, is open daily, June 17th through 26th. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for tickets and more information.
Sarah Godlewski leading the fight.
Between Roe v. Wade, paid family leave, affordable child care, and affordable senior care, if you had more women at that U.S. Senate table, they'd be prioritizing things like that.
Sarah Godlewski, straight talk about Ron Johnson.
We do not want politicians like Ron Johnson making healthcare decisions for women and affecting our freedom.
Sarah Godlewski, the best chance to rid the Senate of Ron Johnson.
I'm Sarah Godlewski. I approve this message.
News 3 Now is proud to sponsor an evening with Gladys Knight, benefiting the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. Join us for one night only, July 16th at the Overture Center. Purchase your tickets at bgcdc.org. Then, make plans to continue the celebration at the annual Boys and Girls Club's White Party with musical guest Drew Hill. Part of the move for BGC 20th anniversary celebration. Get your tickets now and dress in your finest whites for a night of celebration.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather before.
Alert days are in the forecast for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Madison, Janesville, Beloit, Portage, Baraboo, the Dells. This is when you really need to begin to watch the eye to the sky.
During.
We have a confirmed tornado all on the ground.
This is a serious situation. You need to take shelter immediately.
And after the storms.
You can see some of the damage here behind me this morning.
Get severe weather coverage from Madison's certified most accurate team. News 3 Now First Warn Weather.
Finally this morning, the discovery of the tomb of the Egyptian King Tut 100 years ago this year made headlines around the world when it happened and made celebrities of the British archaeological team involved. But a new exhibition at Oxford University is shining a new light on the other workers on that dig and that history has forgotten. Roxana Saberi has the story.
Unearthed in Egypt a century ago, Tutankhamun's tomb instantly became one of the greatest finds in archaeology. A 19-year-old king buried in a chamber left largely undisturbed for over 3,000 years. British excavator Howard Carter basked in the splendor of its discovery.
An English archaeological expedition headed by a man named Howard Carter sought to uncover the tomb of an ancient Egyptian pharaoh, King Tutankhamun.
In the decades since, the treasures have glittered across the globe.
Over 1,600,000 people had queued and seen the exhibition.
While Tutankhamun has taken his place in popular culture. But these portrayals, says renowned Egyptologist Richard Parkinson, hide the realities of history.
The press interest, of course, in the discovery and all the popular interest has turned it into this sort of cultural stereotype.
Tell me about that stereotype.
It's the Indiana Jones one. It's the Downton Abbey School of Archaeology.
He hopes this new exhibit at Oxford University challenges those views by highlighting the people of Egypt. Parkinson says dozens of Egyptians helped Carter, but most remain unnamed and uncredited. What does history tell us about the Egyptian members of Carter's team?
Not enough. The archive, of course, is a British archive. It's compiled in a colonialist period.
Delving into Carter's archive stored at the university, Parkinson picked out pieces, like these photos of a boy posing in a necklace from the casket.
It's where the jewelry belongs, on the necks of an Egyptian teenager. The problem is we don't know his name.
Why is his name not known?
Because he was simply a mannequin.
Other images show Egyptians unsealing doorways, conducting the post-mortem, and carrying crates.
They were very skilled, but they didn't have, say, the university education that we would expect of an archaeologist these days.
And because they couldn't tell their own story, they remained anonymous.
They have remained anonymous.
Carter did thank his 4 Egyptian foremen, but even today, curators can't match their names with their faces.
Ahmed Gerigar is the best known. Somewhere in these photographs we will have his face, but we cannot, from the archive, identify which man he is.
In Egypt, Professor Hend Mohammed Abdel-Rahman says she's identified 11 other Egyptian team members.
I found their descendants.
And that Carter actually kept a record of everyone's name, but somehow it was lost. So you're hopeful that one day these Egyptians will get their credit?
Yes, of course. And I believe they will do this one day.
Back at Oxford, Parkinson hopes these glimpses into the past will inspire others to fill in the blanks of history.
I think we have not heard the end of the tomb of Tutankhamun.
Roxana Saberi, Oxford, England.
Okay, so sometimes, sorry, go ahead.
No, you hear that? We may not have heard the end of whatever he said. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, sometimes we have these stories that are so cool and unique that I really can't comment on them. I do. I have a King Tut story. It involves my father. It's Father's Day.
Not a story.
It was one of those traveling exhibits, and it was the King Tut exhibit. And we're thinking we're going to get to see the thing, and we're going through the whole exhibit. It's like 2 hours, and we get to the end, and it's a holograph. Like, it's just a desk with a holograph. And we're like, where's the mummy? It's just a I guess realistically, they probably couldn't travel with it.
That is...
little 8-year-old McKenna was very upset I didn't
I know. That sounds like such a letdown.
It was.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we're going to talk about the alert day. And in order to talk about it, we got to find ways to beat the heat. Monday and Tuesday are going to be the days where we're really going to be watching for us. It is going to be a scorcher. And it's going to be dry and hot throughout the next few days as well. But once we're done with the alert days, warmer air will still stick around as summer is here for next week.
Thanks for joining us this morning. We have more news coming up for you later tonight at 5:30.